Hello everyone and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. This is Colin and today, yes, we are going to continue on with our Kingdom Legacy campaign. I cannot get enough of this game. Now, my last video was 2.5 hours long. That took me about 5.5 hours to record and I certainly made some errors. So I apologize for that, but that's kind of the nature of the beast. When you're playing a game, and I just couldn't stop. I kept going, I should stop the video, but I went, okay, one more round. That's how much fun this game is. I do want to call out some of the biggest errors I made, just so you know. The big one here is the Watchtower. This has the effect where you get to look at the next two cards, but it's not a stay and play card. Sometimes when I see that circular infinite symbol, I was thinking in my mind it stays in place. Certainly does not. So we'll play that right going forward. I also just want to show that's different than the wall that states that it stays in place. I got to make sure to check that out. Also, this Cardinal, I've been playing this Cardinal not nearly as well as it could be. You can upgrade one card in play, and so what I can do is I can get enough stuff out to do an upgrade, and then I don't have to discard any of these other cards, so I really should use this Cardinal much better, hopefully, in our expansion plays. I made more errors than that, but those are kind of the biggest ones. I think the Pirate, one of the Pirates, it was supposed to be every time you generated coins, but I don't know where that Pirate card is anymore. I think I actually did something with it, so we're just gonna keep moving forward. And that is something about this game. Know that if you compare your score to mine or anybody else's, it's very likely they made some errors just like I did, but that's okay. This is all about creating your kingdom. At least that's what I'm enjoying. So what we're going to do today, we're going to start one of the expansions. I have gotten a lot of feedback on different ones to go on. Some people recommended adventures, some recommended merchants. I kind of like the idea of merchants, so we're going to start off this time doing the merchants expansion. Maybe we'll do merchants and adventures in this video, or maybe just merchants. We'll see how long it takes. Oh, there's one more thing I want to call out. You cannot look at your pre-discovered cards. Once you discover a card, you can look at all sides, but you can't look at it before you discover it, just so you know. With the Merchants expansion, what we need to do is we have to perform a Purge 7 and also Purge 2 permanent cards, and then we'll flip this card. What purging does. Purging means we have to destroy friendly cards, but keeping their fame. If the effect says purge, we'll say 7, because that's what ours says. It means that you shuffle your deck and take 7 cards at a time and select one friendly card from those 12 to purge. You set it aside, or the 7 that are purged. So every 7th card I'm going to purge. When you cannot take 7 cards, the selection is complete. When you are instructed to purge a permanent card, which we have to purge 2 of them, you may select freely which friendly permanent card to purge. Then we will sum up the fame of all of those selected cards, write it in a sticker, and add that sticker to your purged fame section on your box. That's going to be right here. And then we destroy all the purged cards. Remember to add all purged fame whenever you calculate your kingdom score. If a card is prevented from being purged or destroyed, you do not gain that fame. Based on what I see on BGG, I can purge Maximizer. It doesn't state this is an unfriendly card, even though that's worth negative 23 points. From what I have here, I believe, yeah, it's negative 23. I don't want it to be more, so I'm going to purge this one. I'm also going to purge Loyalty. That way I don't have to worry about making sure there's no enemies in our deck, and that will be worth a net 35 points. Here we have our first set of 7 cards, and this already hurts. I'm thinking either the Explorer or the Strategist, or you know what, the Lab. It just gives us 2 trade goods, because we've already found the Alchemist. You know, the people are super helpful. Let's purge the Lab. These I'll all discard. Remember, this is not going off, so we'll keep it on the Thunderstorm side. Looking at our next 7, we actually have a couple options here. The Pirate Cove, we're going to have the Backstabbers show up, which I don't think is a good thing. But I think we've already done the Consort. This guy's just worth 5 points with nothing. But he is worth 2 points at the end of the game because of our Person ability. But this one's just giving us a coin. So, yeah, it's kind of between these two, I think. And this guy is pretty much useless, so let's purge him. With our next set of 7, we definitely want to keep our Merchant. This Mighty Mound isn't doing anything, but we've got lots of options there, so I want to keep it. My Field Worker was hardly useful, and this Investor is just giving us any one resource. It's between these two. It's between these two, and I had such a hard time with the field worker last time. We're going to purge her. This one is a little bit harder. I like my beekeeper, although he's only worth 2 coins. My terraced land I can continue to upgrade. I love the miners because they can count as 2 people. We have our sanctuary, which helps us keep cards in play. This is a stays in play, and that is more trade goods. I have absolutely no idea, but I'm thinking in the merchant expansion, trade goods are going to be useful. So because of that, I think I might lose the beekeeper. Remember, the beekeeper used to be our missionary. That means I won't ever have a missionary for any bandits. Do I really want to do that? With what I see on the board, yeah, I think it is. I think it's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the beekeeper. Looking here, we have Ethan's estate, and I was not sure how this ability works, but this card can actually let us save 2 of our purged cards. After we've purged everything, we can then look at all of them, save 2 of them because we're purging this one. So I think without a doubt, we're going to purge this card so we can save 2 others. I love that. With our next set of 7 cards, I definitely am going to purge the rocky area, but I might want to bring that back with Ethan's estate, just so that I have more ways to make resources. But all of these cards are awesome. My Young Forest, I've been growing that since the beginning of the game. Looking at our next 7 cards, this is even harder to try and purge something. We've got our Moat Bridge, which I like. We have the Tavern. Now, we have already found quests, so I think of any of these, because this stays in play, it could give us coins. But this is trade goods. We have a lot of trade goods, though. We have a lot of... I'm going to do this one. I might try and bring that back as the other one that we don't actually purge. Sir Colin has decided to join us. We're certainly not going to purge Colin or Bernd. It's either going to be the Young Forest or the Distant Mountain, and I'm leaning towards the Distant Mountain. What's on the other side of this card? Oh, it could be more stone. I do remember stone being an issue. You know what? I think we're going to keep, and it's not here. It was that Distant Mountain, Colin. Don't mess it up. That's the one thing when you're doing this stuff. Make sure to put it back the same way. I'm going to burn the Young Forest. We have our final set of 7 cards. I have 1 left over. That Cardinal is safe because if you don't reveal 7 cards, you don't have to burn one. I think I'm just going to get rid of this fishing boat. We've already discovered that shore, and this one I upgraded, so yeah, why not? Let's just do the fishing boat. With Ethan's estate, I can save 2 cards from being purged. I'm going to save the Tavern. That gives me 2 more trade goods and 2 more coins. And then I do think I'm going to save the rocky area, just because it gives me more ways to gain additional stone. But that means we now need to look at total points. So this card is gone forever. I'm going to be recycling it, which is so sad. We've got 6 points from this card. Plus 1 here, so that's 7. This card is not worth anything. We've got 2 more, so that's 9. This card isn't worth anything. We've got 5 more here, so that will be 14. We have 10 more here, so that will be at 24. The loyalty card is worth 35, so that puts us up to 59, and then we subtract 23 from that, so we're at 36 for our purged fame. We will now add that to our score at the end of each of our games going forward, and these cards we'll never see again. We've completed our purging. Let's flip this card. We have play with the normal rules, but without discovering any cards automatically each round. Instead, only discover merchants, and our first one is Merchant 1, and it will determine what cards you can discover and will guide you through 4 rounds of gameplay. So we're going to do 4 rounds here for the merchants. Do note that the merchants are permanent, so they will not go into our deck. They'll sit out. When you are done, add sticker 13E to your score path on the side of your box and write your new score next to it. Each kingdom may only play merchants once. We'll then need to search each card you have discovered from this expansion. If they refer to an undiscovered card, place those cards behind your own discoverable cards in your box. Destroy the remaining. We now have an end of turn effect if we choose not to do an upgrade. We can spend 7 coins to discover camels. I told you we need trade goods. Spend 4 to discover spices. Spend 4 steel to discover furs. Spend 5 trade goods to discover weaving. You may look at the cards offered. Oh, we can actually look at them. And at the end of the round, we discover brigands, and then we flip this. So you know how I just stated we cannot look at undiscovered cards? This does say we can look at the cards offered. So let's take a look at them. From what I understand, during this one round, these are our only offers. Once this is done, these ones we'll never be able to get. So we want to make sure that if we want one of these, we get them this round. For 2 and 3, we have Pair of Camels and Spices. This one just looks like tons of coins, and if we flip it, we get a herd. This says reset this to discover a pair of camels, and this one is end of turn, make one person stay and play. That's kind of cool. Gives us a trade good, which makes sense because we're going on camels. Let's make sure to put this in the right spot. Our Spices, discard one person to rotate this card to any orientation. Okay, so let's see. We have mark 1 to gain 3 coins. When complete, reset. We have mark here to use a check mark or one of these effects of one person in play, then reset. And this one is mark one of these to gain one person's production as resources when complete, reset. Okay, that's all fun and dandy. I think I for sure want the Spices. Camels, we could give or take on those. We then have weaving and goat fur. For weaving, clothing, towels, curtains, carpets, bags, you name it. Weaving unlocks it all. This card is permanent. You can spend your action for that turn to discard one person and spend the coins below to improve your weaving. And that just gives us additional points. The nice thing is it is a permanent card, which would be good for expansions that we have to burn permanent cards because I don't want to burn too many. So that's good. I might just try and get that even for that respect. And we have a goat fur. Add sticker 1 to a person in play. And then we'd flip this, add sticker 18 as production. Is that an 18? Yes, to a person in play. Then we have add sticker 7, and then this one is add sticker 17. We definitely want this camel first. That is card 4. Card 4, we're going to need to spend 4 steel. So I want to make sure I get 4 steel. I want that fur. For our first round, you know what happens? We have a thunderstorm right off the get-go. When played, discard the next 3 cards in your deck. Okay, so that means our festival is going to be done. Our miners got too wet from the rain, and our treasury is unavailable. And then this immediately flips back to the rain side, and we discard it. That means we can continue to advance if we'd like. We have the Royal Consort on top of our deck. So we have our Feast, which could give us 1 of any resource. We have 2 stone. Is there, of course, the merchant card I'm looking here, nothing for stone, and I wanted stone. We have our 1 steel here. This could give us a 2nd steel. We need 2 more steel. I think right now it just makes sense to advance, so we'll place out the Royal Consort and the Young Forest. Oh, that Young Forest, if we just did that end of turn effect, we could have that have 4 wood on it. I do think we'll start by discarding our Royal Consort here to gain 2 trade goods and place them in our max export. Once we have 25, we can place sticker 8 on 2 different lands. Why not? I then think we are just going to do the Young Forest. This will mean going forward, this card will be worth 4 wood. Now we can't upgrade it anymore, and that does end our turn. There isn't anything else we can do, so let's discard these 4 and draw 4 more. We drew a treehouse, our wild grass, an investor, and the rocky area. But on top of our deck, we have our diamond mine, which gives us 2 more steel. That's 2 steel, plus 1 steel here, plus 1 more steel here. We're going to advance for sure. 1, and then we'll place out our lumberjack for 2. On top, we have our trade route. I'm going to do this for sure, the end of turn effect on the merchants. I want that fur card, so this will be 1 steel. This will be 2, 3, and even though this could stay in play, that'll be our 4 steel. I've crossed off that option, and we'll place the goat furs into our discard pile. Our next 4 cards, we have our trade route, Lord Ethan. We have Sir Bernd, which of course we took care of his estate, by the way, for Lord Ethan. And how's it going, Bernd? Good to have you here. And our tavern. So that gives us 1, 2 trade goods, plus another one, which is 3. I want spices, so we could actually cross this off for 4. We also have for coins 1, 2, 3 coins. I don't think I'm going to get the camels. I think I'm going to spend the 4 trade goods. I have my strategist on top. He's not super helpful. He actually doesn't give us any resources. So yeah, let's do it. We are going to cross off this trade good. 2 more here and 1 more here. That's the 4 we need. With 4 trade goods, we now have the spices card in our discard pile. This round, we drew our strategist, our servant, our squire, and the large barn. Not a ton of resources here. I'm actually thinking of going on a quest because I've got a worker here, so let's do it. We'll place our worker and our sanctuary out. And with this sanctuary, we might as well push again in advance. So we'll place out the watchtower, which can only be out for 1 round, our lumberjack. And now we can look at the top 2 cards of our deck. So we have the small hill town and our moat bridge. Let's for sure do the quest. So I'm going to discard all 4 of these. They're all 4 going to go on a quest. That will mean we'll score 20 points at the end of the game for this instead of only 14. I'm going to use my sanctuary here to keep these 2 out in play because maybe I can get enough wood to upgrade that large barn, and then these 2 will go into the discard pile. So I'll draw 4 more cards. What we've drawn now is that small hill town, a moat bridge, a wall which will stay in play, and our royal visit. I love this royal visit. We can cross out 1 resource icon in an upgraded cost on 1 card in play. I'm going to try and make this a little bit cheaper to upgrade. So I'm going to cross out this. We now only need 5 wood. We're not going to be able to upgrade that though. Because what I'm thinking of doing is spending this coin to use my moat bridge. Spend 1 to play a person from your discard pile. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to bring out our laborer. Our laborer is 2 stone. 2 stone, 2 wood. We can upgrade our small hill town to just a regular hill town. And then this will stay in play. Our next 4 cards, we have the architect, Sir Colin, who's been useless the whole game, our stone street, and then our pirate cove. And it says at the end of your turn, unfortunately discover the backstabber 94. I'm just going to grab that now so I don't forget because there's a lot to track in this game. So this backstabber is an enemy, and he's going to be placed into my discard pile. He's going to make us discard 2 people, and we need to use 4 swords to defeat him. That's actually good. I've got so many swords and nothing to use them for. Now, this is going to be cool because I need 1 sword, which I have with my wall in play. I need 1 steel, though. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Top card of my deck is this merchant. So I'm going to play the merchant out and this terraced land. We can use our merchant here for 1 of the steel, and that means we'll have to discard her. It's okay. She would have stayed in play. Then we'll discard these 2 people and this wall for 1 of the swords, so we can flip this. And we have a treasure map. Who doesn't want a treasure map? Okay, but then all of these will go to the discard pile. With our next 4 cards, we have Denethor showing up. He's worth 2 trade resources. We have our love potion worth 5 trade resources. That's just what we need for weaving. But that will end our turn. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 coins. We could go camels or we could go weaving, but we can't do both. I really think I want the weaving, so what I'm going to first do is discard Denethor for the 2 trade goods. That means our mass exports are now at 4. I'll then reset this card for 5 trade goods, so that'll go back to the alchemist. And with those 5 trade goods, we will then gain weaving. This gives us another game end scoring ability. We have to discard a person and spend the required resources. So it'd be 2 coins, all the way up to 7 coins and 1 person. That would be 50 points. We did have 1 food barn, and that would stay in play. I drew 4 more cards. We have another food barn. We could actually maybe get the camels here. That's already 4 coins. We need 7. Cooperation, we could discard 2 people. We don't have 2 people. This will stay in play. We could get some swords here, but I don't really want swords right now. So I think I'm just going to continue to advance. I have the cardinal on top. It's going to go 1, 2. We now have an interesting option. We could use cooperation, discard the impressed boy and the cardinal to gain any 3 resources, gain the 3 resources we need here to upgrade our trade ship. Then these 4 coins stay out. And this stays out. Yeah, why not? So we will discard these 2 with the cooperation. That will flip this card back over to the favor side. And, oh wait, no, we can't do that. Let's bring it back, because we have to be able to discard 2 people and have those resources, and we're discarding the 2 people to gain the 3 resources. I think then we'll just continue to push. I have the Cathedral and we have the Explorers. Well, this just keeps getting interesting because we might now have enough coins with the Cathedral. This card has +1 coin production for each person in play. So this is worth 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We could get the Camel's card. I almost feel like we should, just because this is the only time we can get it, and we can always burn it later if I don't love the Camel's card, right? If we do that, that's the end of turn effect. Can we do an upgrade first? Well, let's see. Discard. So this one would have to be discarding these 2. And then, oh no, because we're not doing this. Let's do it. But before that, we can use this ability, which is just a check mark, to discover a new region. There was only one more region we hadn't discovered. That's this forest. That will go into our discard pile. Then we will use our Cathedral here and spend, let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure I have enough. Oh yeah, I can use this. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I'm going to use all of these, and I'm not using cooperation then to gain the resources. We'll use this next time. The wall will stay in play. That will mean, though, we gained all the cards available to us on here. That is card number 2, a pair of camels. We've now drawn our mighty mound, the exotic fruit trees, our educated princess, and the diamond mine. What I'd like to do is upgrade this, and I have my castle on top, so I have an idea. I'm going to play both of these cards out. That means I only have 2 cards left. It's just Pippin on top. I don't know which one is on the bottom. I can't keep track of my deck anymore. It's too large. I am going to play 1 card from our discard pile with our castle. We have that young forest, which can certainly make enough wood. But before I do that, I will discard both of these and trade those resources or trade goods for 4 more. That puts us to 8 exports. We'll then just use this young forest for the wood, so we can flip this over, and that will end this turn. Our final turn, we just have some fruit, and that's really it. We'll discard the fruit for 2 more exports. That is 10 total exports. We now unfortunately have to discover the brigands. Look at these brigands. While they are out, you cannot play cards, upgrade, or use other end-of-turn effects. You have to destroy 2 friendly cards in play with production to flip this, or if we're able to spend 8 swords, so if I can keep my swords out, we can defeat them. When we defeat them, we can flip them. Oh boy, that still doesn't look good. That's a boss. You cannot play cards. You can destroy 1 card in play with 3 or more to production to defeat it, or spend 10 swords. This guy is mean. Okay, then after that, we have to flip this card. And now what do we have? We can spend 6 coins to discover grain. We can discover grapes, fishing, or artifact. You know we got to do artifacts. And we get to look at those right now. Grain here allows us to add coins to land, but the grapes allows us to add more trade goods. You know how much I love trade goods. Let's flip this one over. This one does have a flip. This one does not actually, so I have to use it 3 times. I don't think there's anything else you can do here. End of turn effect, spend 2 and mark one of these to add a sticker 6 as production here. Wow, so this could be 4 trade goods for wine. Just want to see. I don't think there's any way that we can flip this one. Nope. So that's a 1 time. You can use it 3 times, and then after that, you'd want to purge it. We have fishing as another end of game effect, and we have an artifact which you know I want. That young forest could almost build this. I need 7 wood to discover this. When I find that forest, we're going until we find 7 wood because I want this. This card cannot be destroyed. We can put it with our other crystal. This card is permanent. Discard the number of seafaring cards for each spot to develop your fishing fleet. So 1, 1, 1, then 2, 2, 2, all the way to 4. Only 4. That's not terrible. Okay, so we could try and gain these cards. Our first 4 cards for this round, we have our trade ship, the large barn, which I'm never going to be able to upgrade, even though I only need 5 instead of 6 wood. Our diamond mine, which has tons of resources, and our royal consort. If we look at our merchant's card, we just need 5 trade goods to discover fishing. Why not? We've got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can use this as the 5th. So let's discard all of these. And we have found ourselves fishing, which now gives us another way to score some points. Our next 4 cards, we have our pair of camels, our wild grass that we upgraded right at the beginning of the game. I love that we still have that. Our merchant, which will stay in play, and a wall, which will stay in play. So I don't think I'm going to use either of these. I can use the 2 coins just to upgrade our camels, and now the camels will generate 2 coins, and we can eventually flip it to make us 2 coins and 3 points. And then this one could even be trade goods as well. But we're right now on this side. So I'll just discard these 2 and draw 4 more. We now drew our tavern, the terraced land, an impressed boy, and a lumberjack. If we wanted, we could spend the 3 swords from the wall. We could give up the impressed boy for 2 more. We'd lose him for the game. But that would be 5. And we have 1 more here for 6. That would give us the grapes, which actually is all about trade goods. But on the top of my deck, I have my labor here, and I only need 1 more stone to upgrade the terrace land if I use my merchant. I think I'm going to do that instead. So I'm going to place that out. Oh, and I'm going to place out the watchtower. That means I can look at the top 2 cards of my deck. So I have my exotic fruit trees as well as my tree house on top. We have to remember this watchtower we don't get to keep out like I thought I did all during the last playthrough. But I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 1 stone from our merchant. And that's going to discard her, plus 2 more from the laborer. So these 2 will then let us upgrade the terraced land. And oh, cool, we have another wall. And I'm going to pretend that I'm smart, and I would have sold these 2 trade goods before doing that, and then I discard all these cards. We're now at 12 total trade goods. We've drawn 4 more cards. We have more fruit trees, our tree house, which is permanent, and look at all of those resources on that 1 card, and it stays in play. We have our goat fur, which means we can add a sticker to 1 person. Sticker 1 to a person in play. This is a person, so let's place that coin right on his hat. And then this is going to flip to this one, which will add sticker 18. That's kind of cool. We'll place that in our discard pile. We have 2 more trade goods we can use here and sell. That means we're at 14 total trade goods. And then I'm thinking we might as well advance. There really isn't anything we can do with, well, just 1 person. Weaving is discard 1 person and spend the coins. No, that's not worth it. So I have the large manor on top, so I'm going to put that out. Oh, plus Lord Ethan. Okay, that's a lot of coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6 coins to discover grain, which we could do. We could use either of these 2 or these 2. I also only need 3 stone to upgrade this. I could, oh, yeah, he has stone. I could spend 2 stone plus the stone here. That would flip the large manor to a noble residence. When this card produces, okay, it's be the same thing. And then we could finally get it to this one. Do I want grain? What does grain give us? So let's look at that quick. We can look at it, remember, because we saw it from before. This says mark X to add sticker 1 as production to a land in play. Okay, it is nice. We can always upgrade this later after we've used more of the coin. So let's use this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll cross out 1. So that's 5. And we'll use 1 from either one of those. That's the 6 coins. With 6 coins, we can then discover grain. That's awesome. And now we just have grapes and the artifacts. I really want to get the artifacts. We've drawn up our 4 cards. We have our young forest, the backstabber, which means our educated princess. She's going to be discarded. We can't use her. And we have our rocky area. Okay, we have lots of stone, actually. In order to defeat him, we need 1, 2, 3, 4 total swords. I have 3 with the wall, so I'm thinking of pushing. But if I look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need 7 wood to be able to gain the artifact, so I'm really looking for that too. I have the cathedral on top. Oh, and I have Sir Colin. Sir Colin comes into play. Well, what's great is this is only a check mark. It's not the upgrade or action for the turn. So we can spend Sir Colin for 2 plus the wall. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just defeated this backstabber out of my deck. However, we still don't have enough wood, but you know who we have on top of our deck? The servant. Let's advance. Servant's going to come out on the investor. All right, doesn't matter. Either one of those could give us our next wood, but we're going to need to use everything here. Nothing's going to stay in play. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total wood. Let's discard all of this. You know what that means. We just found yet another artifact. We now have 2. We have the Ether Enhancer. This card cannot be destroyed. Cool. We'll place that with our permanents. Our next set of 4, we have our Hill Settlement, our Cardinal, the Moat Bridge, and the Stone Street, where we're definitely going to advance. We have the Treasury, which is permanent, and another Food Barn. They're not permanent, I should say. They are stay-in-play cards. We have lots of coins. I would love to be able to upgrade this Hill Settlement, but I do not have any wood out here right now. Our top card is this Worker. Yeah, let's just keep going, because with the Cardinal, yeah, we can always do 2 upgrades if we can. Okay, we found the Diamond Mine and the Worker. This Worker could literally double the resources of this Diamond Mine. Do we have anything to use it for, though? No. This is killing me. Let's advance once more. Okay, we have our fruit trees, and we have our Royal Visit. Oh boy, we can cross out a resource cost on a card. You know what we have on top of our deck? Rain, too. I don't want to push because that's going to make us stuck. So let's see. Let's use the Royal Visit. Cross out 1 resource icon of an upgrade for a card that's in play. Let's make this cheaper to upgrade. Right, so we only need 3 wood instead of 4. That's only a check mark. That doesn't end our turn. We'll then use our Worker here, choose the Diamond Mine, and we'll gain those resources. Really, I just want the trade resources, because then we'll use both of these. So that's 1, 2, plus the Worker, 3, 4, plus 2 more here. 5, 6 we're going to export. That does mean we're at 20. We just need 5 more, and we get sticker 8 on 2 different lands. I then think we're going to spend the 2 coins here, plus the Cardinal. If we do those 3, we can cross off Weaving. We had to discard a person and spend the coins below. That's going to give us 1 point for now. Not great, but we'll continue up that track. Then just the Moat Bridge will be discarded, and then these 2 will be out, and we'll reveal 4 more. We unfortunately drew Rain when we have no lands out. They're all buildings or loot or a person, so we don't get the effect of doubling our land producing. Bummer. And at the end of the turn, I'm just going to do it so I don't forget. This is going to go back to a Thunderstorm in our discard pile. I am going to spend the 2 coins here for sure. And that is not an action. That's just a green check mark. Do I go, let's see, when discarding a person, you may reset this instead. I could go for more trade goods. Or what if, because I know that person's coming, and hopefully this can help us defeat one of them. We'll use the 3 swords, the Potion of Strength. That's still not an action. Do we want to... Well, actually, we can't push because the Rain is still out. It's just these 3 cards. I need to remember that. So I think I'll just discard these 2 for 2 more trade goods. That'll be 22 trade goods. Our next 4 cards, we have our Squire, the Forest, our Distant Mountain, and we have our Architect, who just so happens to be a knight. I love that he's a knight. Why don't we, for this round, just do something simple? We'll use our treasury here to upgrade our Distant Mountain over to a rocky area. And that means we're going to discard everything. We then drew our Festival, followed by our Strategist, our Cooperation card, and our Wall. We can play 1 wall or knight from our discard pile. Don't we have a wall that's worth 3 swords and it stays in play? I think we do. This will mean we discard our Strategist, but we can place out our wall. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4 total swords. We need 6 for the grapes. But, you know, we don't need to push. They both say stays in play. We've got 2 nice walls covering our city. I do kind of hate to see these 2 go to waste, though. The festival can be used for any of those resources. We need 2 people. The top card of my deck, and we're starting to run out of cards, is this stone bridge. Let's push once. Let's see. Oh, we found our treasure map. In order to get the ultimate pirate treasure, we need 2 seafaring cards that we'd have to spend. I certainly don't have any. Neither of those are persons. Now we have Bernd on the top of the deck. Let's use Bernd. So we're going to bring Bernd out, and we're going to bring our lumberjack. And there's Pippin. Okay, so now we should have enough to get the grapes. I'm getting all the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total swords we'll spend. Yeah, let's see. No, we're going to do it. We're going to get the grapes. That will mean everything here gets discarded. We'll cross this off, spending the 6 swords. That means I'm probably not going to get rid of the bandits this turn because I'm going to have almost no swords left. Here are the grapes. That'll let us add a sticker 6 to a land in play, and then we can spend more to upgrade this to wine. I think I'm going to like that card. We've drawn our next 4 cards. We have Pippin, the Food Barns, Denethor, and our Sanctuary. We have the spices on top of our deck, and unfortunately, I'm just seeing with our push, we found the bandits. You cannot play cards, upgrade, or use other effects. We can destroy 2 friendly cards in play with production to flip this. Oh, in play with production. We could destroy... Oh, that would be so sad to lose Denethor. But, you know, he's only worth 2 trade goods. I've got so many trade goods. I forgot that we could do this. Or we can spend 8 swords. We're not going to get to 8 swords. But we could definitely destroy 2 friendly cards. This Food Barn is good. But why don't we do the Food Barn and Denethor? They're both gone. Gone forever. We just destroyed them. But then this will get flipped. And we're going to have to deal with him later. Denethor must have gotten spooked and jumped off of our castle. So be it. We now have spices and Pippin and the Sanctuary. We're definitely going to do the spices. Discard 1 person to rotate this card into any direction. We'll discard Pippin. And I think we're going to move it to Coriander. We can mark one of these to gain 1 person's production as resources. We can do that 4 times. And then after that, we'll reset it. Then we can use a different one 4 times, then reset it. This is a cool card. We still haven't completed an upgrade, so I'm just going to advance again because we have our castle on top, followed by the hill town, and then we have our feast, I guess, in our hand. And now with my entire deck in my discard pile, I can discard my castle and put out any card into play. Is there any way I could build this hill town? I need 3 wood and 3 stone. This would give me 1 of any resource. The treehouse would almost do it. 2 wood and 2 stone. And this could be the 3rd wood or 3rd stone. I'm 1 short. Well, I could sit here all day trying to figure out the best idea. I think all I'm going to do is bring out this seafaring card. And then at the end of our turn, or to cause the end of our turn, we'll discard this for fishing. We can then check off this one below. I was trying to see if there's any other action we could take, but we didn't have really any other resources out, so it just, it is what it is. That'll end this round. That will mean we destroy this card. We have 2 more merchants coming into town. We can get chickens, beer, brewing, or basketry. Remember, we can look at these. Normally we can't. So our chicken is just giving us coins. And if we upgrade it all the way, what does it give us? Reset to discover chickens 2021 or gain 8 trade goods. All those eggs, probably. All right, let's flip this back over here. That's chicken. We have beer. Mark to play up to 2 persons from your discard pile, and then when we complete it, we can flip it. When a person is played, discard and mark an X. When complete, get rid of it. They've got a hangover. I almost want that just because that's awesome. Awesome. Brewing. This card is permanent. Discard a number of persons and spend the coins printed below for each spot and to mark from left to right and gain 5 goods. I want brewery and basketry. This is permanent. We have to discard wood, and then this gives us 5 as well for trade goods. We always have to discard a person. Our first draw this round, and look at what we have, a thunderstorm. I actually thought about bringing in the thunderstorm last time just so we could trigger it back to rain. Nope. So we're going to have to discard 3. I'm losing the cathedral, our treasury, and the lumberjack. So I'll discard all of those and discard the treasury. And of course, by treasury, I mean thunderstorm, flipping it over to rain. In order to discover beer, we only need 4 trade goods. I have 3 here, and I have grain that I really want to put on a land. So I think I'm going to continue to push. I have my castle here for 1, which is useless. Well, actually, I could bring in one of those other cards that I discarded. Ooh, and our diamond mine. However, the fun part is none of these are lands, and there's no lands in our discard pile. I do think I'm going to discard our castle so we can get our treasury out just because it's permanent. So we can decide when we want to use those coins. Oh wait, look in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 trade goods. Yeah, we will upgrade later with grain. 5 trade goods, we're discovering brewing. With brewing, we do have to discard as many persons as coins. So it'd be 2 coins and 2 people for 1 point. But we can do 4 people and 4 coins, it'd be 32 points. And we'd claim 5 trade goods. We revealed our next 4. We have our large manor here with 4 coins, our educated princess, our wall, and our watchtower, which lets us look at the top 2 cards. We have the royal visit, followed by the rocky area on top. In order to claim chickens, we need 7 coins. I see 2, 4, 6, 7 right here. I see 7 right here. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, because she can be one of any resource. We're going to need to upgrade this large manor somewhat soon because we're going to use another coin. But who doesn't want chickens? All that makes me think of is if ever you've been to Hawaii, I think it's Kauai, that I remember seeing all those chickens everywhere and just being amazed. And when I say amazed, I mean almost annoyed. They would, the locals would try and run them over sometimes. We continue to have royal visits to our kingdom. Let's use that to downgrade the wood cost for this upgrade. Sure, so it's only 1 wood and 2 coins. And then we'll discard her. On the top of our deck, we have our architect. So let's put him out, followed by the impressed boy. And looking here, we have, you know what? Let's do our first brewing. This impressed boy is going to learn from the architect. And we're going to discard the food barn. And that's 2 coins, 2 persons. We can check off the first one on brewing. That's for 1 point. And we can claim 5 trade goods, which will immediately sell. Can we do that? Is this considered... this doesn't end our round, does it? This is... Okay, it's an anytime ability. Discard the number of persons and spend the coins each spot below to mark left and right. It doesn't have the end of turn cost, right? These ones all have an end of turn cost. This one doesn't, so this isn't even going to end our turn, so we get 5 trade goods. We're going to send up those trade goods, or we could spend 4 of them. Yeah, we're going to spend 4 to get beer. I am literally trying to get every single upgraded card possible. Who knows if beer is a good idea or not? I had 1 extra resource or trade good. I think I could have sold that first before spending the 4 here, so that will move us up 1 more on the mass export. That is 23. I just need 2 more to be able to get my first upgrade on the other side of the amass exports. We've now drawn our grapes, the rocky area, stone bridge, and sanctuary. Let's do the check off, shall we? We'll check this one off. We get to place a sticker 6 onto a land. That stone bridge. Well, or do we do this one? You know? No, we're going to do the stone bridge because I don't need to do any more discovering. We've done enough. So instead, I'm going to cover, it says it needs to cover, right? Replacing another production. We're going to replace that coin, and now it makes a trade good. We have to discard this because we use this, and then we can sell that trade good here, and that will be our 24th one on our mass export. We then are most certainly going to advance because I have our royal consort and our labor that's going to come out. That gives us the 2 stone. This would give us the 1 coin to upgrade our sanctuary. And you know what? Lord Ethan is here. Let's use him and Sir Colin, who's useless. We'll put him over here. Hey, he's not useless. I've been used 1 time, effectively. Let's see if we can upgrade this sanctuary. We need 2 stone, which we have here, and 3 coin. I can use 2 coin from him and discard him for the 3rd coin. So let's first use the royal consort, discarding her to get 2 more trade goods that we export. And that will mean we are at 26 exports. Beautiful. We're going to be able to place a sticker 8 on 2 different lands. We'll then cross out the 2 coins here. And then we'll discard Lord Ethan for the 3rd coin and the 2 stone from our labor. And that will mean we can upgrade our sanctuary. And now we have an oratory. Oh, we can upgrade this 1 more time. End of turn, discard to keep 3 other cards in play. Sweet. We've now drawn our investor, our worker, our cardinal, and our potion of strength. I wish I could keep that out. I was hoping that that would come out with the bandit leader. That's 3 swords. We've got 1 more here for 4. She could actually be a 5 because she could gain us any 1 resource. And our worker could actually double this one for 6. I don't think there's anything we can do with 6. Can we do anything with 3 individuals? I'm not seeing anything super useful here, so let's advance. We have our forest and we have our wall. And you know what? On top of our deck, we have cooperation. So let's advance again. Oh my gosh, Sir Barent is here too. We can now discard 2 people to gain 3 resources. What are we going to use those 3 resources on, though? I guess we could upgrade this for 2 stone, and that gets us to a sacred well, which I think would get us the other shrine. But why don't we just keep pushing to see if we can find something useful, right? Or we can maybe find that bad guy that we can defeat, because now we've got Barent for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have enough swords. That could be 10 swords. We could also do the army. That would give us 32 points, but I want to get rid of him. Let's draw another 2 cards. We have the Coriander. Oh, that's nice. And we have the Hill Town. Oh, I'd love to upgrade the Hill Town. Can I do that? Our top card is the Camels, which is somewhat useless. Now, let's see. If we discarded any 2 persons for 3 resources, we could get the 3 stone here. And then we can discard this for the, or flip this for the 3 wood. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. So let's use cooperation. Discard 2 people to gain any 3 resources. We're going to flip this back over to favor. So it's back to favor in our deck. We will discard our worker and our investor for that. That will give us 3 stone. We then are going to discard this for 3 wood. And then we're going to discard this one to upgrade 1 card in play. Paying as normal. This does not end the turn. So we're going to use the Cardinal to do that. So we can upgrade our Hill Town to the Large Town. Awesome. Okay, and we're still not done. We have a ton of swords here. I've got this whole deck, but maybe we can find that bandit leader. So let's advance. No, we found the merchant. And we have the lumberjack on top. Do I keep pushing? There's nothing here I need to upgrade. Well, I'd love to upgrade our camels. If we did that, it says reset this to discover a pair of camels. Is that worth it? If I do that, I lose the potion, and I lose the coriander, and I lose Barent. Do I do that? I sadly don't know when this guy's going to show up, but if I look here, I actually can't upgrade this. I need 3 coins. I can get 2 from the merchant, but not a 3rd. So yeah, let's push again. We have our lumberjack. We have our exotic fruit. Our exotic fruit will come out, and now we have our tree house on top. Let's discard our exotic fruit and export those to trade goods. That means we're at 28 trade goods. We still have nothing great that we can do, so let's go ahead and advance. We'll place out the tree house. Oh, and we have the young forest. That is 4 more wood. If I have 7, I can make basketry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I do it? Do I do it? On top is the exotic fruit trees again. Oh man, I wanted that guy to show up. Sir Barent is ready to take him out with his potion of strength. Come on. It's too hard for me to pass up on, though. This is so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total wood. And you know what? Why don't we use the merchant? The merchant has another wood, so we can keep the tree in play, the tree house. That's 7. 7 total wood. And then we're going to have to discard this one. We're going to have to discard this one. We're going to have to discard Barent. We're going to discard the coriander. These 3 all are stay in play. That will mean, though, with 7 wood, we have basketry. We have gained all the cards. All the cards. So this one, this is also, does not end your turn. Discard 1 person and spend the wood, and then you gain 5 trade goods. So it would be 1 person and 2, 1 person and 3 wood, instead of the other one, which is coins equal to as many people. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm officially glad we didn't continue to keep pushing. Look at the next 4 cards was not that bandit leader. And even the top card, it's the strategist. So, can we upgrade this now? We only need 3 wood. I really want to upgrade this. This goes over to the Hill Village. I've got 2 wood there. Why don't we start by selling all 3 of these trade goods? That means we're at 31 trade goods. And then I think we just advance, right? There isn't really anything that I want to do here. So we've got our strategist and our treasure map. That is a seafaring card. We could end the round by discarding this. That will get us 4 points with fishing. I think we are going to use our strategist here, and we're going to play one knight from our discard pile. Sir Barrett is back, just in case, because the top card of my deck is this festival. That will give me the wood I need for the upgrade, but maybe that bandit will show up. No, you know who shows up instead? Pippin. We have so many swords, and it's not helpful. I'm sure it's going to be helpful when we do the adventure expansion, but in this merchant one, it's killing me. We need 3 wood. We have 1, 2, and now we have 3. 3 wood. We can upgrade this. That will go to a hill village. That will discard this card, discard this one. These are the only 2 that stay in play. Everyone else gets discarded. With our next 4 cards, we have a feast in our large barn by the wild grass in our camel fur. None of these help each other out very much. I need 5 wood to upgrade this. I want to upgrade this so bad to the countryside. So much wood though. I need that young forest. I am going to advance because we can place sticker 18 as production on a person, or our next one is our skilled ally. So we'll place him out as well as our servant. And then we have the diamond mine out. So let's use this. We will add sticker 18 as production, and then we'll flip this over. We now have cheetah fur. Sticker 18 now has the option. We've already found the treasure hunt, so let's just put it right over that. We can now play this card, or place this card at the bottom of our deck. That's kind of cool. So if we want these resources at a specific time, it's a seafaring card. That's not bad. Looking here, we now have 2 wood that we could use to upgrade our large barn, but I need more wood. The top card of my deck is this diamond mine. Do I just push again? Yeah, what else am I going to do? So let's push. We'll place the diamond mine and the stone street. We'll put the stone street out. Our top card is the trade route. I have a lot of different options here, but I do think I'm going to continue to push. We know that bandit is in here, and I don't remember what we need to do to defeat him. So we put out the trade route and the wall. We only have 1 card left in our hand, and it is the brigand boss. So what do we need to him? Destroy 1 card and play with 3 or more production to defeat it, or spend 10 swords to defeat it. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we could destroy the diamond mine or the wall. I don't want to destroy the wall. This diamond mine is so good though. I have 2 of them. Yeah, because while we have him out, which I could just leave him because he's the last card in my deck right now, but I kind of want to get rid of him. Wouldn't you want to get rid of him? I want to get rid of him. Is he worth a diamond mine? Is he worth 13 victory points? You know, this wall is only worth 3, and I've got tons of swords. Is it time for this wall to go? Destroy 1 card and play with 3 or more production. Yeah, we're going to do it. I can't believe it. My 3 sword wall. We're going to use it because I've got a lot of swords. So we're going to put out the brigand. Okay, and then we're going to destroy the wall forever so we can destroy this brigand from play. He's gone. Now I have no cards, so now I've just got to decide what I want to do with what's out here. It's kind of pathetic how sad I am about that wall. That was one of my first walls, and I upgraded it to make it awesome, and now I just lost it. But it is what it is. I've got 2 more walls here. I can eventually put swords on them, maybe. How much wood could I make here? I have 1 wood here. I have 1 wood here and 1 here. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. I need 2 more. I don't see anywhere else I'm going to make 2 more wood. So being able to upgrade the large barn is not going to happen. So what I think I'm going to do is use both of these for 3 more trade goods that I'll export. That means we have 34 trade goods. And then I'm just going to discard my skilled ally here, this seafarer, to be able to check off another one of the fishing. That's going to move this card to 4 points, and I should be able to get that to 7 likely next time. That's why I felt like that one was the best option. Okay, and that's going to end my turn. Nothing else upgrades. We only have 1 more round. With our final round for merchants, we can spend 6 coins to discover the warrior. That sounds cool. Spend 2 coins to mark any one of these when it's complete. He's just worth 5 points and 2 coins. Okay, he's cool. We have mead. Oh, who doesn't want to do mead? If we've got beer, we should have mead. Stays in play. Gain each person's production as resources. Then they're going to get drunk. Yeah. Too much mead. When played, lose the next 3 resources you gain this turn. End of turn, flip this over. That is hilarious. We have shoemaking. This is an end of turn one. Spend the resources printed for each spot to improve your shoemaking. Mark X from left to right and boost the production of 1 person in play. This card is worth the victory points noted below. Each claim boosts 1 person's production. I'll have to look up what that means. That's 17, and then 18 is sheep. Who doesn't want to find sheep? Just some more livestock. That is using 7 trade goods. I almost forgot our benefit for the mass exports. We could place sticker 8 on 2 land cards. Both of these are land cards, and that's just 2 extra points. I'll just put these into my deck. I also wanted to explain the boost on shoemaking. When you boost a card, you look at what resources it's already generating, choose one of them, and you can place another sticker of that type. So let's say it was wood, you can get another wood. If it was a trade good, it's another trade good. So that's kind of cool, but you have to do these in order. To start our final round, we have our merchant, the educated princess, our stone bridge, and our exotic fruit trees. We need 6 trade goods for the mead. I've got 3 here. She doesn't give us any. I have the strategist on top of our deck, which is a huge bummer because I don't have a wall or a knight. So we're just going to play him out. Oh, that's a real bummer because rain shows up. Oh, that can at least double this, but I can't draw any more from my deck. So that means I have 4, I have 5. I would need 2 more for the sheep. Do we want the mead? Why not, right? Why not? We can do 2, and that's... Oh, this is a land too. That's a land. So your lands produce double. So that's 4, 5, 6. Oh, we need 7. Gain 1 of any resource. That's our 7. I want the sheep. I'm feeling kind of bad in the base game. I didn't go for the horses. So this time I got sheep and chickens. We were able to keep the merchant out from last time. I have a wall, a moat bridge, the cheetah fur, and Barrett. Don't you think you want to see a Barrett with cheetah fur? I do. Add sticker 7 to a person in play. You know what that is? That's a stay in play. So let's put that right over this. So now Barrett can stay in play with his cheetah fur. That's amazing. That's a check mark. We now have rabbit fur. Add sticker 17 to that means they start in play. That's what that one does. But we'll place that into our discard pile. We now certainly want to advance. There isn't anything else we can do here. Okay, we have grain and a lumberjack. Grain, we need land. Is any of this land? No. We do have a large manor on top of our deck. Let's play that. We'll play the large manor and a hill village. Okay, that means we have 3, 4, 5. I need 6 coins to get that warrior. I definitely want the warrior before going into that adventure. Let's see. This, we can mark 1 to add sticker 1. That's coin to our production of a land in play. I could put it here. It's not going to last forever because I do hope to upgrade this. Or do I just keep this for later? But that would give me the 6 coins. Or you know what? The top card of my deck. I have a royal consort. Let's push one more time. We'll put the royal consort out. And we have the rocky area. This will mean we can generate 1 coin and 2 trade goods here. I'm going to send up those trade goods for the mass export. That will be a total of 35 goods. With that 1 coin, we'll do 2 coins, 3, 4, 5, 6 total coins. That will be enough to get the warrior. Do we want to put any... We could place a coin on this land. I don't feel like that's worth it either. Yeah. I think I'm just going to hold on all of that. We're going to have to discard everything else. But with those 6 coins, we're able to get the warrior. I didn't even notice it said a Viking warrior. That is awesome. We have a Viking warrior now. We were able to keep Barrett, our merchant, and our wall in play now. That's so cool. We have grapes, our large town. We have our miners, and we have a young forest. If we look at this young forest, that's 4 wood. We could spend 2 from the merchant to get our city on a hill. That's worth 12 points. That's actually kind of appealing. This one we can mark to add a sticker 6 to a land in play. Why don't we add that to the young forest? Yes, because that young forest I'm never going to upgrade. So we will now be able to generate 4 wood and 1 trade good. This young forest is awesome. That will mean we've done our second check mark on this card. We have 1 more that we can do first. Then we can spend all of this. Let's spend that trade good to increase our exports. We've increased that to 36. We've got 4 wood, plus we need to do 2 wood from the merchant. That's our last 2 wood. 5 and 6. But that means we can upgrade this to the city on a hill. Undiscover this to discover Camelot. We can find Camelot! It may be discovered again. This is so cool! We're going to discover Camelot next game. Okay, we're going to put this here. We'll put this here. Oh, this game's amazing. I'm going to send that up, that trade good up. Missed that. There's 1 more there. So that would be 37. I love my trade goods. Okay, and just Barrett and the wall will stay in play. We've now drawn up the cathedral. Barrett needs to go there. We all know why. We have the felled forest, our trade route, and another wall. So we have our 2 walls, just not our awesome wall with 3 swords. Okay, if we flip this, this turns into a lumberjack. Or we can just spend 1 coin to ready this. The cathedral right now is only worth 2 coins. We have another trade ship on top of our deck, but why don't we just do this? Let's just discard the trade route card because it's a seafaring ship. And we will be able to check this off for 7 points because we just need to do 1. Discard the number of seafaring cards. So that means that's going to be worth 7 points now instead of only 4. I'll take that. The next one we have to do is 2. We get to keep this out. These 3 will be discarded. With our next turn, we have our trade ship, our treasury, the labor, and our oratory. I'd actually really like to upgrade that oratory. If we could get that to 15 points, we need 2 coins. Check. We need 2 stones. Check. We don't have the 2 wood, though. Well, we have 1 wood. We only need 1 more wood. On the top of my deck, I have beer. So we're going to place the beer out. Oh, we have beer and we have coriander. We could gain 1 person's production of resources, which actually we could do Barrett. That could be 6, and we could do these 2 for 8. And then we could use this to keep 3 out. Because I don't really need swords right now. 8 would move us up on the army track. Let's do it. So we're going to mark 1 of these to gain 1 person's production as resources. So we're going to gain 3 swords with that. We're copying Barrett with our coriander. Then we're going to discard coriander for discard Barrett for 6. Then we're going to discard these 2 for 8. That is a total of 8 swords. With 8 swords, our army now is going to be worth 32 points. We then can discard this oratory to keep 3 of these cards out in play. This one already stays in play, so we'll keep the rest of these in play. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that should be good. We've drawn our next 4 cards. We have a festival, our stone street, the castle, and our food barn. I'm thinking of upgrading this, because what I can do is discard our castle, and we can put out any person that is here. Let's bring out Barrett again, because we all love Barrett. Then what we can do, we need 2 wood. This will give us 1 wood. Is there anything else here that will give us a 2nd wood? I am not seeing a 2nd wood, so instead we're going to place out our worker. You can just see that. And our servant. Oh my gosh, we still have our servant. Our servant can be used as wood. So we have 1 wood, 2 wood, we have 1 coin. So we can use all of this. And then we need 2 people. We'll discard the worker and the labor. And then that allows us to flip this one to our trade route going forward. These 3 will all stay in play, and we'll discard the beer. No one needed beer yet. Our next 4 cards, we have the Squire, Feast, a Tavern, and our Watchtower. So that means we have Lord Ethan and the Rocky area on top. Why don't we do for this time the 2 coins here we're going to use in a second. We're also going to do 2 more trade goods for our mass export. That means we're at 39 total exports. With those 2 coins, we can discard our squire here, and that means we've done weaving, right? 1 person and spent the coins below, so that will be worth 4 points. I'm just trying to eke out some points at the end of this game. I don't think I earned a ton of points. I just earned a bunch of cards. We're going to discard these two, keep those 3 out, and we know these 2 cards, plus we have our Royal Visit, and we have our Potion of Strength. We can make a card cheaper to upgrade with that Royal Visit. What's on this side? The Query. Do we want the Query? Why the heck not, right? Let's do it. We will cross out this wood. So there's only 1 wood and 2 coins with this Royal Visit. Then actually we can just do it because we've got a wood here and 2 coins here. So let's use these and we can upgrade our rocky area to a Query. That would have been 3 plus 3 is 6. We need 9. So that's not worth it. We'll just discard these. We've now drawn our treehouse, our lumberjack, the impressed boy, and our investor. I do think we're just going to continue to push. We have Pippin and we have our skilled ally. I'm curious if we can get to 9 swords here. I might have to give up the impressed boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can gain any resource. That's 9. I think I'm going to do it. We're going to say see ya to the impressed boy. He's been here for a while. He is going to go off into no man's land into the army. Maybe he's going to the army. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that will move us up on the army track. That's going to score us 40 points for that 1. Now, you know what? I should really be doing it this way so I can read it. So going forward, I'm going to circle it and then cross it out because otherwise I'm having to look at the card in my app to be able to determine what the score is. I'm so silly. Our next 4 cards are the large barn, our diamond mine, the chicken, and the treasure map. We can spend 2 coins, and let's do that with this food barn, and this doesn't count as our upgrade. We can just flip this card and put it into our discard pile. We now have a chicken group. We'll continue the chicken story in the next video. I love it. I don't have 2 seafaring cards. I do think I'm going to get more seafaring cards soon. I need 5 wood. You know what's on top? Colin. Colin's useless. We'll put Colin out and the camels. The camels need 3 coins to upgrade. 1, 2, 3. Why the heck not? Let's just do it. We're going to waste all of these resources to be able to upgrade the camels. But before that, I will use my diamond mine using the trade goods. Oh, what am I doing? I want to see what these camels are. We got a camel herd. So we'll be able to reset this the next time to discover a pair of camels. This means we're now at 41 exports. If we can get to 50, we can put a sticker 10 on 1 person. Our 4 cards we have are the Architect, another diamond mine, our exotic fruit trees, favor, and we're just going to do the last 2. We have wild grass and the cardinal. Can I make 9 more trade goods? No, I can make 4 more plus 1 if I wanted with favor. That's 5. We'd be close, but not enough. I'm looking here for any type of cool action I can take. I think the only thing I'm going to do, gain another trade good, so I can flip that over to cooperation, and then we'll sell these 2 more, or 4 more, so that's 5 more trade goods, and that's it. That'll be 46 trade goods. And you know what? There is one more thing I can do, because that wouldn't end my turn. I have 2 people and 2 coins. Let's make brewing worth 2 points instead of 1. Right? We can circle that one. That way we know where we are. Oh, and that allows us to claim 5 more trade goods that we can send up for our mass export. That is going to put us at 51 trade goods. So I'm also going to put sticker 10 on 1 person. This channel wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Sir Bernd. So I gave him the sticker 10. He's now worth 8 points and 3 swords. And he can stay and play. That will, though, unfortunately end our merchant expansion. So I get to count up all my points, including the purged points of 36, and see where we're at. If you know this channel at all, you know my math is circumspect. But from what I see here, I got 403 points, I think. These are sets of 30, so we had 217 points with cards because there's 7 extra points over there. All of these up to here, and the additional 36 points gets us to 403. So we went from 353 to 403. It was only about 50 points for a change. That's okay. that was only 4 rounds, not to mention I did a lot of discovering of new cards instead of trying to push up on tracks for victory points. And I don't mind that. So what I'm thinking next I'm going to do is the Adventure expansion, and then we'll do the 3 mini expansions in the base box, and then we can go to Distant Lands. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I didn't make too many errors. Do let me know if I did so I can make sure to do them correct going forward. I want to give a huge shout out to our patrons and subscribers. It's because of you that Barrett and I do what we do on this channel. And if you're excited to see what Barrett and I have coming next, then I need you to meet me at the table. Goodbye, everyone.